I've never been politically minded, and I don't claim to be educated on politics, but I mean, where I'm at now is common sense is playing a part, and I don't think where we're at in the world right now, and politics has never been more important right now for the future for us all. Would you agree with that?
Aye, do you know what it is, John? Politics has always been important. The only difference is folk like you and I didn't care about it.
It was boring.
It didn't bother. As I've said to many times, I worried about two things twice, probably, in politics. Two things would keep me going. An election would come up and I'd need to vote for somebody, so I would kind of need to worry about politics and look into who I wanted to vote for, right? And I was never a Tory or a Labour or whatever. I voted for them all. I voted Tory, I voted Labour, I voted Lib Dems in the past.
Even SNP?
Shut up. And I voted for independent candidates. No, I've not. I've never voted for SNP and I've never voted for the Greens. Anyway.
The Greens are just, well, aye.
They're bonkers. So that's normal. That's what normal people do. We don't bother about politics until there's an election come up or a budget, right? And that was the only twice I worried about politics. But that's what normal people do. All that's happening is you and I have changed. It's not that politics is more important today than it was 20 years ago. It's just that you and I are involved.
But what it is with politics is, but let's be honest here, the majority of people in Scotland, a lot of people around the world, are influenced by the media because we expect the media to do what they're meant to do. And when, you know, let's be honest, Craig, I'm SNP, independence, all that, you know what I mean? But how much information did I really know? Nothing. It was just standard. Westminster's fault. And then, but where did this become political for me was when, obviously, you know, my story regarding the Jag and, but, you know, the same woman who was in charge of this country, and I'm thinking to myself, well, she's handing this thing out.
Telling us it's safe and effective.
Telling us it's safe and effective.
These three words are probably one of the biggest crimes committed in our country by a political leader.
By all of them.
Safe and effective.
Globally.
I've seen the contracts. I've done we were talking about the other day, podcast with Murray, where they have the contracts in front of me. And they quite clearly tell you that we can't guarantee the safety. We don't even know the efficacy of the drugs.
Yeah, but
yet we had everybody telling us these are safe and effective.
And they still hand them out.
And still are handing them out.
To pregnant women.
And kids.
Exactly. So, I mean, how but again, she's ignoring even known data regarding the amount of people that are dropping down now. After it. Now, for me, that's a very... Now, when it really became an issue for me was when I went on online asking her for help, and she blocked me.
Well, yeah.
The First Minister of our country blocked me, a guy who's saying, this has happened to me, and what can you do for people like me and my friend Alex Mitchell, who had his leg amputated? Ignored. And then you find, then you're and then it became political.
The mad thing about her is, right, see if she did respond to you, she'd probably say it was Westminster's fault.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And I just go, well, when do you accept responsibility?
Everything's Westminster's fault.
See, for anybody to do better in life, you've got to accept responsibility. You'll know that through people that have got addiction problems. You need to get to go, do you know what? I get it now, right? But there was this whole thing for 17, 18 years where it's Westminster's fault. And I've been saying to people, see, to fix this country, regardless if you're a unionist or a nationalist or you actually don't give a shit, right? You'd be happy with either, right? Because there's a big chunk of people there that we forget about that kind of one day could vote one way and one day, right? There's people who may are just dying hard unionists and ones that are die hard nationalists, right? But I think the majority of people are in the middle, where on a different day, with a different story told to them.
It's common sense now.
Right. And regardless of where you are in that spectrum, that is not the most important thing. The most important thing is making Scotland better. So if you want to tell us that you can't make Scotland better because you only have devolved powers, right, and they're no good enough to make Scotland better, then abolish Holyrood.
Right? That's common sense. That means that...
But what I'm saying is, what we need at the next election is a group of people, and I've put myself up for election, but I don't care who's standing there with me. See, when we get into the room, hopefully I'm successful and I get to go to Holyrood and we then go, right, okay, can we be adults now? Right? Let's take the book of devolved powers and don't use it, abuse it, wring it dry, every power in it, right? And make Scotland better with that. Now, see if we can do that for 5 years and not talk about stuff that we can't control. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the knowledge to know the difference, right? So see if it's Gaza, Palestine, even Scottish independence, because the court told us you'll not decide, right? So Scottish Holyrood can't actually affect that, right? So all these things that we cannot change, Why are we spending hours talking about them?
Exactly.
Right? What we should is pull that bloody book of powers and wring it dry and make Scotland better. Now, see if we do that, I might end up doing myself the worst thing in the world, because if Scotland then thrives, then independence might be, for this chunk of the middle, it could go either way. They might go, oh, it's quite good now. Aye, let's be big boys, right, and take the other. Because in reality is, the vast things that you need to change your country, education, transport, health, all these...
NHS, everything.
Right, they are devolved powers, right? And even year on year, we're really good at winning this horrible award of being the drugs death capital of Europe. And I've got idiots every time we get the new award about being, we're worse than last year, right? People go, it's because we don't have full powers. Well, you've got education, you've got health. We've just opened up a consumption thing. So you tell me you can't
That's fair and I know.
Right, but we decided that. Whether it works or whether it doesn't, I think it will fail. We, as Scotland, decided to open that, right? So we can control it. And you use that as a blame, an excuse for independence. It's total bollocks. Can we just stop talking independence for maybe 5 years, one term of that parliament, abuse these books and make our place better?
I think this is we're so divided right now. We're looking at the country, we're witnessing, we're going to protest now, I go and I'm asking the people what's going on. We're so divided in this country and it frustrates the life out of me. And then it's like, if you wanted independence, John, you wouldn't be hanging about with Craig Houston. I'm like, look, we don't have a date for independence. Independence is a dangling dead carrot in front of you all right now. They're using it to take your mind off of what's really going on. And then they want to bring Palestine and Israel. I've got empathy towards it and all that, blah, blah, blah. But again, it's like, does anybody realise in this country how much we are getting into this horrible world? Am I talking nonsense here, Craig? For me, I am worried about the future of this country because of the way this government want to mould this future for us all.
Well, if you're the type of person that believes in this sort of WEF, all these sort of new world
That's
order type things, right? And it's about globalists, then you've not got anybody more globalist than SNP. And it's bonkers when you think this is a party that was started.
You're going to have the same with Labour. I know.
Aye. So, and you go, well, what's the point? Because if that is your thing, then why would you vote for any of that mob? Because they've already proven. Do you know what I mean? We can't control our border as Holyrood, I'm talking about, right? Our government, Scottish government, put out a thing last year, 6-7 months ago, announcing a national housing crisis. We don't have enough houses. That's no, we don't have enough houses for the expected population growth. We don't have enough houses right now. Okay? So we've done that. Then 6 months later, we're going to ask Westminster if we can get more immigrants.
Yeah. That's the thing, because somebody said to me under my post, I went, it's Westminster that's playing it. And I went, no.
So the Scottish Government's asking for more people and demanding. And they're saying that we want to control the student visas and have special visas for things that we've got skill shortages. I don't know what these skill shortages are. I don't kind of know. Anyway, and you go, forget the wokeness or not whatever involved here, right? Stop for a minute. You told us we don't have enough houses. Now you're telling us you want us more people. Now, whether they people are called asylum seekers, legal immigrants, or we want to just encourage people to have more babies, right? You go, well, how can you do both?
Don't even put the housing into it. Take the NHS, for example. I've got a heart condition. I need to wait 9 months to a year and a half for an MRI. So how can we keep continuing? We have call me selfish all you want. We need to use common sense.
See, there's this thing, right? You've got to get your own house in order before you help your neighbour.
100%.
Right, if there's a fire on the street and your house is the one that's in fire and it might go to your neighbours, you kind of need to put the fire out in your own house before you go and help your neighbour, right?